We are live. This is the market update, perhaps one of the best market updates. I am your host, Bill Noble. Bitcoin all-time high. What do I do? Meme coins, what direction should I go in? Is Ethereum about to wake up? Yes. Can Solana go to 200? Yes. Can Doge go up another 30%? Yes. What altcoins should I buy? Well, Benjamin Cohn just said altcoins are done. It's all over. It's never going to happen. Note, 2 days ago, 2 short days ago, this market was absolutely cascading lower. Cascading. There was no bid. So if you're watching this and it's election night and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe how great it is. Just remember back 2 nights ago when it was the absolute void and everybody was selling and there was absolutely no bid anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, that was called the bottom, the mother of all bottoms. What comes after that? Well, obviously, the banana zone. Remember how I told you that bottom of the banana in that bottom left corner is all nasty inside and out? All nasty inside and out. And then, boom, all of a sudden, everyone's like, you know, I think we should buy Bitcoin. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's been a good idea for 7 months, along with all the rest of crypto. We just had to sort of confirm the idea that, you know, sort of the vibration of freedom is still here. Naturally, you can check out all of the portfolios in the YouTube member area. We just flashed up the QR code. We held on for dear life. We did not puke out our positions. We held strong. We have some minor adjustments that we're going to make, but the portfolios are there. They stand. We stood still. We did not flinch. And we were rewarded. Our members were rewarded. And now it is on to the big, bright, orange future. That's, of course, orange for Bitcoin. For all the people who are listening out there, listen. Crypto is about freedom. I said whoever the president was, congratulations. Now get out of our way. Congratulations. Now get out of our way. It's time for crypto. It is. Now, of course, congratulations to the orange man for sure. Just one thing that makes me extra happy is that Bobby Kennedy gets to go to Washington. Bobby Kennedy was the original presidential candidate who was into Bitcoin as a reserve asset and got the orange man full tilt into crypto. So I swear in many ways, I couldn't be happier. The only other time I remember something like this was back when the U.S. hostages who were in Iran for 444 days got released as Ronald Reagan was inaugurated and the U.S. Olympic hockey team had beat the Russians. Me and my brother were literally out in the streets with flags, jumping up and down, shouting, USA, USA. That cheer, they use that cheer a lot, but that was kind of like almost the original. This feels the same way. Now, there's a very good technical analysis reason why the market is trading right now. We will go over that. We will go over the news, what people were thinking before this and after. So it's going to be an epic show. We got a great show for you tonight. A lot of stuff to cover, so don't go anywhere. Naturally, as a reminder, members who have the $4.99 plan get access to the orange and the banana emojis. There's 2 plans. One of them is priority on comments and emojis so I can recognize who you are. And there are other emojis in there that you can use on the stream if you just want to go crazy. All right, let's welcome who's here. Bull Runner, first on the stream, welcoming members. Forget about it. Caroline is here. Quantum Guru, Ocho, John Ryan, T-Bone. I know he's got those Bitcoin stocks. T-Bone, you can have the lampshade on your head tonight, buddy. Bob Marsh, Big Rich. The man is a DCA madman. He is. Right? Everybody is in the house. Baby Whale is here. 0x Tech-Minded, Indie Rock Crypto, The Schiller, Yappy, DEGEN, Sui on fire. Relentless, all over it. Can't stop us. Pacific Eagle Air Cam. I watched it tick to the all-time high. Alex is here. Welcome. Okay, news. Let's go. Okay, now I'm sure you're wondering about the price action. So let me tell you what happened. Sellers ran out of bullets. They ran out of ammo. There's no more sellers, right? BlackRock took it. MicroStrategy took it. They tried to suppress it. They tried to hold it down. The more volume that's traded in a confined space, the more open positions that, are created inside of a range via the futures market, just like Polymarket, right? Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. All that volume builds up and then boom. Reduced daily Bitcoin inflows on U.S. election day may point to lower sell pressure. Wow. You mean the entire planet wanting to buy Bitcoin? Overwhelmed? I don't know. The grumpy old man at the, in some sub basement where Uncle Sugar was trying to suppress it? Yeah. Good luck with that. Have fun. We'll see you at 90 in the morning. Everyone's like, this is the GOD candle. It could be. Congratulations to Richard Barry, who had a great tactical call on this. But could this be even bigger? Could it be even bigger? Now, some technical analysis here. So the red line is the red line, and the blue line is the blue line, and the red line went up a lot, and the blue one went down a lot, and then everyone bought Bitcoin, and that's the market update. Looks like the grand finale of the altcoin reckoning has finally arrived. The altcoin reckoning should be over by December. It has been a long journey, and many gave up along the way. This process was always going to play out. Some sort of a match between, the altcoin terribleness of 2018 and today. So we all think that Solana, Ethereum, XRP, and Dogecoin, all of which can be used as money, are no good, right? That's what we're saying? I don't think that's what we're saying. Now, I do understand what this guy's talking about, that there's a lot of stuff out there that, I don't know, it's a meme for a layer one, or it's a meme for AI, or it's overvalued. Okay. But starting tonight, altcoins are telling you which altcoins are going to make it. So instead of saying no altcoins are going to make it, let's dive into banter bubbles. Let's get in the premium zone. We are going to release so much content about what's next. You can't believe it. I've been building inside banter bubbles for Toby for a week. It's just going to explode. We literally have every coin in Coinbase sorted so she can figure it out and I can work it out with Lux Algo. Not giving up on anything at all. Okay, so just in case you're wondering, these are all the years that they were able to figure out the, the thing we're doing tonight. Yeah. The last one, they didn't get that night. All the other ones they did. And guess what? Tonight, they left no doubt. Okay. Big Rich says the orange man is coming. Can you give us a couple of Coinbase coins? I still have money to deploy. All right. Well, we will definitely do this on the member stream. I think Ondo is one. If you want a speculative one, I'm looking at the MicroStrategy meme coin. Okay. I did some PNUT earlier. This is now approaching 100 million. So not entirely sure about that. We will go through altcoin over time. We will get coins tonight. Safe to say. Big Rich, I definitely appreciate you out there. Okay. ETH versus Bitcoin hits lowest levels since April. Hey, has anyone considered Ethereum? Right? Has anybody considered a sentiment extreme? Right? In other words, what happens if this whole idea that there's nothing in this market but Bitcoin and JETs on Solana is wrong? State of Michigan bought 10 million worth of the Ethereum ETF. Lots of people got long beforehand. People are walking into work tomorrow going, gee, I guess we have to get long. Long Solana, short Bitcoin, the preferred tactical trade heading into the U.S. election. Yeah, how about we just take shorts and we put them in the garbage bags? How about that? We just take them out to the trash. The best post-election meme coins, cats and AI. You know what? Goat coin could be a huge winner. If all these AI coins are nothing more than memes for AI, it could be GOAT. Solana, $200 target, probably low end of consensus. Over on Unhinged Crypto, we had 400 for our last stream. All right, now the headlines, the media. ETHBTC market cap ratio declines to the lowest level in 2021 because the great altcoin reckoning is here. Okay. All right. So I did promise everybody the Orange Man outlook, and we'll just do it. We will just do it. So if we're not talking about the Orange Man tonight, when are we talking about the Orange Man? Come on now. Come on. Come on out there. You got to give us one night. Okay. So there is the idea. It's a crazy idea that, you know, if the Orange Man coin is in fact by the fact, which is what I've been saying about this all along. Everyone's like, wow, I want to sell. I want to get out before the election. I'm like, yeah, the time to get out was at 16. Out at 16, back in at 7, out at 5. And I'm looking at this. Look at Lux Algo pour into this. Like, this is going to trigger every momentum model. You have in Head and Shoulders bottom, yo, with this upward sloping neckline. I mean, people, listen, you got 71 days of transition. You got 71 days on the tape, and it could look like this, right? It could go to 12. And no one wants to touch this. And what I've said about this coin all along is that it hasn't been listed on a centralized exchange. You had all of these whales throw in the towel because they couldn't get liquidity. They couldn't sell, right? So, you know, with stuff like this, I don't think anybody believed it. No one believed it. No one believed. I mean, Bobby said yesterday, they caught him saying it softly, that, you know, he thought this was going to be a blowout. And guess what? It's a blowout. And I think once they make it official, because I think people are still afraid of the middle of the night shift, I think when it's official, this could have more punch. Now, if you just want to look at levels, I mean, I think it's $6, right? A major bottom. You could be looking at, you know, this is the target. You know, everybody's looking at like the Polymarket. I mean, the target of the Head and Shoulders bottom is 10, and 10 is equilibrium. Premium on this is 18. It's 18, right? Everybody's buying the stuff that's in the premium zone already. This thing was at its discount zone practically 2 days ago. I mean, 2 days ago, like I'm sitting outside doing 6th Street Crypto for Patreon. And I'm looking at this market, and it was so bad, I didn't know what to say. That's how bad it was. So Buy the fact. How interesting. Who would have thought? I think I did. I think so. Okay. And you know what? This is good news because Liz will be back in town for 4 years of flaming orange Bitcoin, orange man, orange everything. Who is she going to write letters to now? Dear Diary, I'm upset about crypto. Dear Diary, dear Diary, dear Diary. You can always count on the people of, who vote for people like this to continue to give us the comedy that we need to remind us how grateful we are that we persevered through all that stuff, right? In other words, you were living in crypto hell just 2 days ago. You've been in a mini crypto hell for 6 to 7 months. And if you're downrange of the SE, you've been living in crypto hell for 5 years. I mean, you want to talk about like who's coming in? I think Bobby Kennedy's coming in, and who's going out? Oh, this guy. This guy's going out. And Hester, who held her ground and kept her mouth shut and kept her nose clean, is going to be chairman of the SEC. And if higher forces are good, Bobby Kennedy is going to end regulatory capture of agencies. Like he's on Trump's transition team. So from Bobby to Hester, and Gary gets a cardboard box, and hopefully he's got something else lined up because, he can go work for Jamie Dimon or whatever, okay? Because he's done. Not only is he done, but it's really more important that the philosophies and all of this like undue persecution and FUD, which you've been living with, and not only have you been living with it, you've been living with it so long, it became familiar. Like Benjamin Cohen going, oh yeah, it's over. It's over for whatever. Nothing is over. We just started. Yeah, some stuff's better than other stuff, but nothing is over at all. That should be obvious by now, but it wasn't 2 days ago. But the extent of how much higher this can go is because, we have Liz to laugh at. We have, Hester is going to replace Gary. Bobby Kennedy is going to be practically, he's going to be like Batman out there in the White House, right? Guarding Superman's wing, trying to get us, I don't know, the freedom that they promised us in the Constitution, the freedom for economics, right? That's all we're looking for. And that's why Bitcoin is higher. Okay. Now, here are, there is a list of all the Orange Man's promises, starting with Gary. Okay. Don't forget to free Ross, right? Transactional freedom, restore the republic. Okay. He was quoting and reaching out to the crypto bros just 2 days ago. Thank you, sir, for reaching out to us. Thank you for going to Bitcoin Miami. Thank you for, letting the shackles off. Because you know what? You can't put lightning in a bottle. And when the people have something to say, like the people tonight on Polymarket and at the polls, right? This is Mr. Market right here. Can't keep Mr. Market in a bottle. Like not even the Fed, not even those guys. You just can't. Okay. Mt. Gox transferred 32,000 Bitcoin, 2.2 billion to exchanges. Oh, how nice. Over the past 4 days, Mt. Gox sold a whole bunch of Bitcoin. Well, wow, you guys just conveniently decided to sell 2 days before the event. Oh, wow, is that funny? By the way, you guys are filled. You guys are filled. And I need another 10 billion for BlackRock. clowns. Clowns. Doge flips XRP. Becomes the 7th largest cryptocurrency. Hey, does anybody want to trade cryptocurrency? XRP, Doge, Bitcoin, Solana, all this stuff that was just way too boring to talk about. It was. You can't talk about ETH. You couldn't talk about it, right? People were like, hey, let's get excited about Doge. You mean the Department of Government Efficiency meme coin, which we'll look at. But money is moving. Money, like old-fashioned crypto. And you know what this means, right? That anybody out there who's looking at what's going on the tape tonight, like I saw political commentators going bananas over Bitcoin. That what? You think this kind of like, euphoria that's happening where you have a whole lot of people going in the same direction, people aren't going to be hitting Coinbase in the morning? Oh, man. Bitcoin price crushing altcoins. Is there an altcoin rally coming after? What do you think? MicroStrategy's ambitious plan is not without risks. Yes. You mean if you buy $40 million worth of Bitcoin that there's some risk involved? Yeah. Okay. There is. The cryptocurrency market is not backed by a central bank. It's not, which is why we have to deal with the type of things we were dealing with 2 nights ago, which is why what we're dealing with now is so beautiful. So beautiful, right? So beautiful. You got to enjoy it while you can. Hey, now, this is Ron Paul. He's kind of a libertarian dude. He's been around for a while, as you can see. No one's listened to him, as you can see, until now. Ron Paul's never said anything about Bitcoin, but he's going to be working with a sort of social media star who's unmentionable, no doubt, on government spending. Hey, now, government spending. Oops, there are those 2 unmentionable people. How did they get there? Oh, my goodness. Let me see what else I got over here. Long live the furry animals. You know what? It's a very simple term. It's called government overreach. And Bitcoin is close to all-time highs, yet retail remains at bare lows for Google searches. Hey, I don't know if the general public needs to search Google for Bitcoin, but people were so bearish 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, it looked like the end. All you could do, like if you're watching this tonight, you're like, oh my God, it's been this way forever in crypto. No. 2 nights ago, it was the abyss. And now we rise out of the abyss. Most likely the general public won't need Google. Havoc is here. Thank you for the election stream. No, sir. Thank you for being a loyal viewer. Thank you to our Patreon customers. Thank you to our YouTube members who bring you this show. We are about to serve our customers. These are the members for YouTube. Portfolio specific, laser focused ideas. Laser focused ideas. And in Patreon, you have the Spartans who are carried by 6th Street Crypto, the rallying cry of this business unit, along with a TA newsletter, so I can keep them up to date. We had the Solana bottom, at 160. We had a lot of good stuff for them. A lot. That's our $15 offering. You can check the links down below, right? And then, of course, there's Lux Algo, right? We are absolutely making a living charting stuff with Lux Algo. We didn't buy the top for a change when stuff was at its premium zone. So, we got a lot of stuff and a lot of work to do. Okay, PNUT. So PNUT's now trading at 107 million. Major move up. Amazing, right? It's only at 100 million. I mean, this could continue. Frankly, I hope the Orange Man coin catches up, but you can see what they want to do here. Now, I am very interested in this. I am interested in this MicroStrategy meme coin. It is all over the place between $1.76 and $2. It's still consolidating on these two highs. This is really interesting to me. I mean, who is more memeable than Michael Saylor and the Orange Man? And these meme coins, I mean, this has been on an uptrend. The Orange Man meme coin hasn't done much. And here's the thing. Are meme coins going to transition to like regular celebrities, things that people like and understand? Or are we going to do like the goat FWOG thing again? I think Doge taking off means that you can have meme coins about things that, you know, aren't like esoteric, weird things that you have to buy them just because you don't understand them and they wind up mooning like goat coin. Now, again, it's typical, but could this be leveraged Bitcoin? Of course, it's not Bitcoin and it's not investment advice, but like this to me, just, it looks unbelievable. I mean, look what they're doing to the Department of Government Efficiency meme coin. They're doing buy the fact tonight. And you know what's funny about buy the fact is that nobody probably wants to get in, right? Like, you know, I don't know, maybe stuff when it gets to 100 million, you have to kind of go, okay, wait a second. But MicroStrategy is not at 100 million. MicroStrategy 2100 is at $1.87. So, I mean, you know, and the Orange Man, like I said, they're still selling the rally over there. They're selling the rally. Okay, let's see who else is here. Okay, Miklo wants to look at TREMP. So that's right underneath the Trump coin. Okay, we're gonna look at some additional coins tonight. Okay, I'm actually gonna pull up. Okay, I'm going to pull up two things at once here. We're going to go to TREMP, okay? So this is the coin that sort of makes fun of the Orange Man. It's listed on Kraken, so it could be very funny for comedic memes going forward. Currently, it's trading at 40 cents. Equilibrium is at 80 cents. And I think the story with all of these coins is where are they relative to their equilibrium and premium zone? Doge is the same way. I mean, Doge, I don't think Doge gets to its premium zone until it gets to 20 cents. It's a huge amount of room to move up. DEGEN is in a similar position. And you know what? There's a part of me that is like, if you're looking for a coin, right? Look at this. I mean, you know, DEGEN on CoinX has been traveling in this accumulation cone. Equilibrium for DEGEN on this chart. Actually, let's get a different version of DEGEN. Okay, yeah, same thing. Okay, so if you look at an exchange-traded version of DEGEN, it's 200% away from equilibrium. It's absolutely incredible how much this could go up, and this is connected to Farcaster, which is a decentralized media platform. Absolutely unbelievable. Let's have a laugh. You know, people are asking for additional coins. I was taking a walk today, and I had some time on my hands, and I was like, you know, I wonder if anybody's thought about Bitcoin Cash, about any of these cryptos that can be used as money headed into the holidays. Now, Bitcoin Cash right now is up 10%, but the premium zone in Bitcoin Cash is at 390. So the premium zone on the daily charts for some of these dead coins is actually close to where we are right now. And the question is, what coins am I going to get into that are still far away, still have upside to the premium zone? Another coin that I might suggest is ICP. This is not investment advice. I know Toby likes this. Lux Algo pouring in two nights ago, right? You had a lot of different buy signals in a lot of different altcoins. I mean, Equilibrium is 870. Premium is 11. And the give up trade started at 13. So, and just in case you're looking at the tape and you're like, oh my God, I don't even know what to buy. Guys, most of this stuff was cascading lower 2 days ago. Let's just try to look at some PowerPoint. So maybe this will become a lot more obvious. Okay, so this is your market update, the night of all nights. There's nobody home in Doge until 20 cents. And here's something else you have to ask yourself, right? Big Rich is asking about additional coins. PEPE, Bonk, WIF. Can these things be money? I saw some news about PEPE thinking that PEPE was money. I think you just got to hold it. You got to have a little faith that something can actually wake up ETH, right? In other words, is there a meme? Is there something out there? Maybe it's macro that wakes up ETH. Okay. So we have OLAS, DEGEN, and AERO on the request list. All right. Let me go through this and then I'll jump back in and help members and as many people as I can. Okay. Solana as a 4-hour chart, mainly it's like a Lux Algo clinic, right? You get a 5-wave bottom. Okay. You break the downtrend line subtly here. Lux Algo makes these lines for you. Lux Algo jumps right on the first little candle on the 4-hour. And then boom, it's gone, right? Probably going to 185. ETH, the same thing. ETH was like this. I saw this thing pop up on Lux Algo on the 4-hour chart. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get long ETH. You got every bottom signal in the world here. You've got this overshoot into the discount zone on a tactical chart. I'm like, what is left to do, right? I mean, ETH is like Lazarus, right? It's dead. Like, it's dead, and they put the rock in front of the cave, and it's over. And it's dead, and it stinks, right? Somebody's got to come over, and, if Lazarus gets up, it'll be a crypto miracle. Because this whole thing that the whole space is dead outside Bitcoin and the JEETs, I don't know, man. I don't think that's true. I think DOGE is telling you that's not true. And Katie barred the door if either ETH or XRP pulls off the shocker. XRP, ETH, and Bitcoin Cash. If you get a shocker out of one of those three swing cryptos, right? One of those big caps has to turn or can turn the altcoin space. Now, I mean, just before we get to tactical altcoins, I mean, you got to ask yourself, Ethereum versus Bitcoin has got every Lux Algo signal you could think of on a 4-hour chart. It's at the discount zone, the oscillator matrix, signals and overlays, 5-wave structure down into the discount zone. I mean, people, if we can't buy ETH tonight and make money, then I guess it really is over. But again, when it is over, when was it over? It was over. It's the end. When was it over? Before a gigantic landslide where 2 pro crypto bros are going to roll into DC. That would be the Orange Man and RFKJ. Right. It's all over. The Orange Man does ETH-based NFTs. I mean, we've seen this before. right? We've seen this in 2004 when no one wanted the Google IPO, 2 years after the dot-com blow-up. Everybody sells, everybody pukes it out at a low. You cannot have the greatest rally of all time before people give up. And I'm not going to lie to you. 2 days ago, I'm looking at this going, what are they doing? I don't even know what they're doing. I mean, is there going to be a non-capital markets friendly outcome here? Is the bond market a problem? I was like, then I just decided to focus on PNUT. That's what I decided to focus on. I was like, you know what? Let's chart PNUT. Let's do a trade, make money. You know, PNUT, I'm so happy. I couldn't be happier, right? Focus on what the market really wanted. And honestly, you knew what the market wanted this morning with PNUT. And now what happens if ETH becomes PNUT, right? Like Vitalik in a squirrel costume. This thing wakes up, right? Remember, the state of Michigan was after this in an ETF. They're doing value investing in ETH. They think differently in equities. They're like, okay, well, what's good and what's down? That would be ETH. Meanwhile, everyone in crypto is like, oh, well, you know, I need to get over to Solana so I can make a 40% return in 10 minutes on an altcoin. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think there's more to crypto. I think there's more to like America and human freedom, honestly. Okay, ETH versus Bitcoin on a daily chart. I mean, there's like this magic circle for Elliott wave. There's an X. There's a 5 wave. It's just like this is like the Lux Algo catalog. And if this is not a bottom, then there is no bottom. SUI, Lux Algo pours in. It's going to break through this wedge. The premium zone's 240. Galaxy Digital. Oh my God. Mike Novogratz. Galaxy Digital, by the way, is on the list of like biggest Bitcoin holders. It's a crypto hedge fund. The stock, head and shoulders top, breakdown. Everybody get negative. Lux Algo buy signal. And guess what happens if it invalidates the bearish formation and opens up tomorrow and takes out 13? Katie bar the door. HUT 8, Galaxy Digital, Marathon, right? Coinbase's stock. Oh my God, look at this. You got, thanks to this blowout down trade, you now have a head and shoulders bottom, very clean, with an upward sloping neckline. Coinbase is below equilibrium. So it's like halfway between super cheap and, you know, medium. And if Coinbase ever broke through this, like the first thing I showed you tonight, it's like the Orange Man coin, it could just be gone. And why wouldn't it be? But you don't think the whole world is going to hit Coinbase tomorrow? Oh my God. Like, hell, oh my God, I want to have an Orange Man party. What do I do? Oh, wait, the green button. Members, you got that green button emoji. You guys better just be blasting that. There's a member on the stream. You got to use the green button emoji tonight, man, and the banana emoji. ETH monthly. Now might be a good time to bring up the fact that ETH monthly is simply at equilibrium. That's it. Everyone's like, it's the end of ETH. It's the end of altcoins. It's the end of crypto. Not really, man. Just kind of hanging out at the average, kind of floating down the river, waiting for a big wave to go to 5K. You imagine where Bitcoin would be if ETH was at 5K? As Solana be at like 1,000 or some crazy number. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. Again, here's the Orange Man coin. You know, the thing about this that people forget, where you should give yourself credit. People quit. People quit. I did a short video about people quitting. Some guy actually responded, I quit. I felt bad for him. I did. Don't quit this game. If you didn't quit this game, when this is over, or you could do it right now, it's fine. You could be like, hey, you survived. You look in the mirror and go, you survived. You stick around now and hold on to get the good stuff, to get the reward for sticking around, for this 7-month range that no one will ever remember. No one will remember it. You'll remember tonight. That's what you'll remember. That's what you'll remember. Okay. MicroStrategy, we talked about that. Okay, the bond market, a good lesson. So everyone is hysterical about, interest rates, bond market freaking out. Everybody's like, oh my God, they're going to cut government spending, right? So I hope these guys are having fun. They were buying the dollar tonight. I'm not even going to dignify looking at it. They got to cut government spending because, there's a chart. There's a chart. I have to like dissect what it means before we get to everything for the members. Something like it says, here's Beeple with the banana. It says, hey, I hope you're really good because, the problems that are out there, they're still out there. There are a lot of serious problems that have to get dealt with. Okay. That's why crypto assets and anything where you can get outside the system is still very important. Okay. Some of these coins are in our portfolio. Again, that's in the YouTube member area. But of course, we're going to cover it tonight. Layer ones. We're going to focus on layer ones, and our picks are going to be like layer ones and applications that are useful and make money. SEI is a layer one. Equilibrium is 44 cents, and this diamond bottom is still in effect. Everyone puked this out. Everyone lost their mind. People lost their mind. This is bullish. I'm sorry. It's just bullish. Okay, TRU Finance. So a lot of people in this suffered, right? Share screen. Thank you. Okay, here's SEI. 70 cents upside target. Let's do it that way. It's easy. BMX is in the house. Welcome. Welcome, sir. TRU Finance. Like I said, no one wants to buy it when it's down. I mean, does this look like capitulation to you? It looks like capitulation to me. I can't say that word. Damn it. People giving up, right? People giving up, people giving up, people giving up. Right into the discount zone. Elliott wave, 5-wave signal. I don't know, man. I will give it a chance. Anything that has to do with economics outside the financial system, the electorate of the United States is just giving you permission to participate. Okay, OLAS. Frankly, another thing we got our members in. Okay, that is perhaps a limited history. See if we can look at the decentralized version. Oh, look at this. Look what we have. We have a head and shoulders bottom with an upward sloping neckline. What happens when you break the neckline of this pattern? Well, if you don't come back and touch it, you really just kind of go. You kind of go. This is obviously a hot crypto. And it's probably going to 287. Make it $3. Why not? Again, speed, magnitude, and direction. What goes down a certain way goes back up the same way. Nothing's going to stop this. Nothing. Nothing. Right? Because it was the abyss. You couldn't touch this. You couldn't get long. You couldn't stay long. I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Said to Toby, I was like, we're just going to hold on. We're just going to hold on. That's all you could do. Now, if you did that, you get the reward. Right? Baby Whale says it looks like the Senate has flipped. Okay? Absolutely unbelievable. You know, it's not that any one person or party solves anything. It actually shows what happens when people get informed and then they make a different decision. They get informed or they collect information. Let me not sound like there's only one type of information. They collect data and they make a decision. What decision just got made? Was it a person? Was it a party? Or was it an idea? Was it the orange man? Was it Bobby? Was it the ideas that those guys had? PEPE. Head and shoulders bottom, baby. This latest puke. Just look at that. Let me move that S over there. Look how pretty that is. Premium zone is 81% above current targets, but, you know, it's too expensive. I can't buy it. Whatever you've been telling yourself over the last month, stop telling it. T-Bone said I should have bought more PNUT. PNUT forever. Like, I may have redeemed myself in some ways talking about that. NOS. Nosana hits the a Lux Algo support block. It's at equilibrium. You know, it's leaving this consolidation zone. Like everything is eventually going to just leave its consolidation zone. And I think in some ways, the Magnificent Seven of crypto will simply reveal themselves tomorrow morning. You know, you'll have everything go up 10%, and then the stuff that goes up 10% and just keeps going. Like I was actually looking up tonight, this guy called last night, his name was Ed Yardini. So he was one of the guys in 2009. And one of the things that he said in like March, like at the absolute bottom when it started to move, he had this very powerful conclusion. He's like, look, man, whatever you do, don't be defensive. In other words, get in what's moving. Like, get in what's hopping, right? Seriously. Okay. Remember actually asking about PEPE coin. Eagle King saving me again. Okay. Okay, so I guess the big question is, like, when you have all these meme coins, right? How are they going to trade? Now, what I would say is, when you have, because this is what happened with PNUT, with coins like this, if you take out the 62% retracement, at $3, then you're in business. So anything that's down, if it turns around and takes out 62% in the meme world, it's good to go. Like PNUT. Here's what happened with PNUT. Okay, so PNUT retraced 62% right there. Right? And then, of course, there was this awful, I'm sorry, my bad. Wait. Let's try this again. Okay. So when PNUT recovered the 62% retracement right here, I'm obviously not the only person who knows about it, because it went straight up, came straight back down, hit the 62% retracement, and then doubled. Right now at 107 million, I don't know. I might find something else, because the rally cry for the event tonight, you know, I would say, unless this is going to become the next PEPE, which is possible, right? Because Beeple is obviously on it, right? He's been on it 2 nights in a row. But the 62% retracement thing is a big deal. It's a very big deal. Based AI. Okay, my understanding about this is that this is incredibly volatile. Okay. So this is Based AI Daily. Now with this, assuming I'm in the right coin, you got a lot of room to go back to 62%. So if this has redeeming value fundamentally, that's what it'll do. It'll just turn around and go there. I mean, it's tested it 2 other times. If it tests it for a 3rd time, it might break it. In other words, I think it's actually time to start using your imagination. I don't think you should delude yourself about every single altcoin, right? Forgot about AERO. Let's do some AERO. Okay, so here's an idea in AERO. I've seen the fundamental analysis of this, and it's absolutely amazing. It's amazing that the thing actually makes money. I'm just wondering about the rest of the base network, whether or not the rest of the base network can actually like outperform AERO. In other words, the fact that the AERO chart is bullish, if you're bullish AERO, that's fine, right? Something kind of like that going on. And of course, the upside target for this is probably $1.50. That's the premium zone. I'm just wondering if stuff like DEGEN is more the way to go in this ecosystem for right this second. Now, if it becomes the first coin to break through its premium zone, excellent. Excellent. Right? Excellent. But this may not stop. Now, the other thing, somebody was asking me about somebody was asking me about additional coins. You know, we'll be doing this for our members, but one thing I have talked about is JTO. Liquid staking. Okay. There's a lot of liquid staking stuff already out there. This is liquid staking for Solana. You know, liquid staking, everyone's like, oh, meme coins. And, you know, everybody used to be like, oh, liquid staking is too risky. And then they came up with meme coins, right? Liquid staking feels like traditional investing versus playing on a rug chain with the rent money. So this whole idea of staking your Solana, your Avalanche, your ETH, that's Lido, Banqi, right? QI on Coinbase. You know, you got to find business models that are going to work, and then you got to jump on it, right? Let's just look at XRP. So XRP's got a whole bunch of resistance it's got to work through, right? XRP still breaking some hearts out there. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, baby whale. Okay, Ezekiel is asking, why is DXY going up? Okay, well, that's a good question, sir. So let's talk a little bit about legacy foreign exchange. Let's talk about how that can work. So the currency market is funny, right? Currency markets are not always driven by economic fundamentals, right? The currency market can vote country up, country down, like the country, don't like the country, right? If they like the country tonight, they can like the dollar. You're like, wait a minute. So the dollar and Bitcoin are rallying? Yeah, because we're having a patriotic, emotional night, right? So everyone's like, oh, buy the dollar. Well, they got to cut government spending and the dollar's got to go lower and rates got to go lower. So it's like, you know, well, should I chase the dollar or should I chase Bitcoin? If I was a hedge fund manager, my guess is they're going to sell the dollar, right? They're going to sell treasury bonds. They're going to freak out, think interest rates are going to go up. Fact of the matter is, you know, there are a lot of economic factors, and the orange man is walking into a pretty chunky mess. Sentiment will improve, but tonight is a patriotic night. It's a buy the dollar kind of night. Personally, I think you're going to want to buy like an alternative system, which I think they're going to let you have. I think they're going to let you have it. I mean, people say, well, politicians don't always keep their word. Okay, that's true. But why would the incoming administration want less business if you have a debt problem? If you have a debt problem, you need growth. You need all the growth you can get, right? That includes like social media platforms. You know, they came down on one of those, you know, the one with the dancing. Yeah. What about all that? Crypto, you know, dancing video platforms, whatever. We got to have it all. They're going to let you have it all. They have to. They absolutely have to. They have to, right? All right. Big Rich, can you check SEI? Okay. Dude, this is so unappreciated, right? Honestly, I think I'm going to take off the diamond. No, I'm going to leave the diamond, and I'm just going to draw this because this is everywhere. I mean, you know, sometimes with the market, and again, you know, the brutal purge, like everybody went to 100% bullish sentiment. Then everybody went to like 0 bullish sentiment like 2 days ago. This is a head and shoulders bottom in SEI, man. Look at this. I mean, all of these cryptos are going to go back to where they were in March. In other words, everyone's like, well, I'm very bullish. And then I say, you know, these things are going to go back up to where they were in March. Or someone might say, gee, this market's up a lot. I don't know if I can get involved. Wait a minute. What are we talking about? What was this about in RUNE? If anybody knows why RUNE went down 20%, I don't know, some kind of unlock or some kind of problem. Like, you know, handles, cups and handles. God, I don't know. It just kind of blew up my handle. It was so awful. I mean, they blew everyone out of cross chain to the point where I was like, there'll never be a cross chain. It'll be like Bitcoin and Solana rugs. That's it. That's all crypto was 2 days ago. Look at RUNE come back. Look at this stuff. Now, Pancakes and Peanut Butter is asking a pretty good question. Is Bitcoin a good buy? All right. So there's two answers. On one hand, it's at the premium zone and it hasn't paid to buy anything at the premium zone. On the other hand, if something's going to go through, it's got to be something like Bitcoin, right? In other words, Lux Algo is pouring in. There was this upward sloping accumulation cone. Listen, man, I say go for it. Because what's going to happen to the Bitcoin stocks in the morning? Like if you can't do Bitcoin or you don't want to do Bitcoin, the Bitcoin stocks are going to go crazy. Like look at HUT 8. Like they sold the uptick today. They sold the rally. They're like, oh, it's a rally. Oh, let's get out. Let's sell, dummies. The premium zone's at $21. I mean, do you got any idea what happens if this stock and Coinbase all take off at once? Oh, my God. I mean, you know, they're not going to be able to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand what you're saying. Over the last 7 months, if you have bought anything at its premium zone, you have gotten hosed. If I bought anything on a premium zone right now, it would be Bitcoin, ETH, or Bitcoin Cash to see if they go through. If altcoins follow, great. But you may have some surprises. PNUT was a surprise. The events tonight were a surprise. Guess what? Boom. Okay. A member is requesting the prayer of the sheepdog. Am I seeing that right? Okay, well, I would have to look that up. I don't have that one memorized. I think what the prayer of the sheepdog means, it's a prayer that's read in military circles. Want to be super careful about that tonight. It's a prayer that, the guardian of the sheep says, may I be ready to take on the wolves. Thank you for the honor of protecting the flock. That's what the prayer of the sheepdog is. It's about waking up in the morning and going, turning on this light, getting with the Eagle King, and making something so you guys can make it. And, if you have to start FOMOing into certain things, maybe what the sheepdog ideology can do for you is to tell you not to be afraid anymore. Like the sellers, we're going to get you. Whatever. I mean, BlackRock and all these guys, anybody who hasn't bought has to market buy. So generally speaking, it might be a good idea to do this before all these giant legacy institutions do it, because they are going to FOMO in, right? Here we go. I'm a tired old sheepdog, guardian of my flock. I keep predators at bay and stand watch round the clock. Can't read the rest of it. Heaven holds a special place for those who do this, defenders of the innocents in the hour of need. I am proud to be a sheepdog. I've done my best. I'll stand my watch until my maker calls me home to rest. Right. There's also a component in there about, please let me hit what I'm aiming at. That is also true, which is why you want to join our community. Check out the YouTube member area. Check out Patreon, where all of these guys get special things. Patreon is a middle tier offering with like a newsletter and a podcast with altcoin stuff in it. The YouTube member area, the emoji guys get priority on comments. They also get, for $49, you also get all kinds of altcoin research, which tomorrow morning we are waking up and going, wow, look at, we wanted a hodl and we hung in there on cross-chain, Aave, Near, right? All these things that these premium members got, they held on. And if they didn't, you know what? We'll get them all straightened out and get everybody back in. But we didn't capitulate. We did not capitulate. Did not. That was, you're keeping your aim tried and true, was just holding your ground and going, whatever these morons are doing on the downside, it's the bottom of the banana. So please come check us out. Because you know what, folks? Now is the time. And I've been saying that for 6 months. This is it. You got to get ready. You got to get a bag packed. Everyone's like, wow, it's up a lot. No, it's not. It just unwound what it did 2 nights ago. It's like they did you a favor. They're doing a rally. Uncertainty has been removed. They left no doubt, none. And the market's basically where it was 3 days ago. I cannot possibly think of a better outcome. Can't think of a better outcome. Right? I mean, they cheapened it up and then they flipped it to bring it right back where it was 2 or 3 days ago. Right? And then, now just reminding everybody what it was like the last time the Orange Man was in power, like the campaigning, the enthusiasm, the talk, now the whole Justice League can jump in and talk. Kennedy, Gabbard, Elon, all of these guys, they can start turning the attention to the task at hand. So if you're a member and we start dissecting this altcoin universe, right? We got to cut the cake here. We got to figure out, which piece of the cake we want to eat. It's not easy. It's not, but we're going to figure it out, right? Somebody screaming, Doge. Every type of Doge is going. Let me see where that is. I mean, we're having kind of a general watch party for the event tonight. Okay. So the Department of Government Efficiency came off. Okay. MicroStrategy hanging in there below $2. Still very interested in this. PNUT coming off. That's not a surprise. You know, again, don't put more money into a meme coin that you can't have disappear. I'm really interested in this because if Bitcoin goes to 100K, all you need is now one comment about this being a strategic reserve asset to get people going. 74K Bitcoin is not expensive. People were paying 74 in March, and we thought it was all going to 100. We're like, huh, 74? Huh, the Bitcoin ETF is here. And then we had 6 months of, I don't know what we had. We had 3 months of sugar, and we had 7 months of broccoli. Done with this. Done. Right? All these people out there who don't want you to be free, they can go take a vacation now. All these guys who are selling it, trying to suppress it, like, why would they even do that now? What would be the point? There's no point. Now, you know, crazy things can still happen. This is just, you know, like temporarily removing the lampshade from my head. Crazy things can still happen, and you can still have flash dips. You can still have flash dips, and you can have intraday dips. I suggest you take advantage of them, right? Everybody wanted a dip. They got a dip, and then they didn't want it. So, you know, be advised that, you know, the world may not just all of a sudden go back to all roses, right? Like, the American people have spoken. Thank God. Thank God. And now the American people and all people can continue to speak with the green button. Now, the trick is when you get a shot to hit the green button that you don't miss it. They will give you dips. Just don't miss it, right? They may give you dips in the first half, but again, we were talking to our members about what the timing and where we think the real part of the bananas curve is going to be. We talked about that in recent videos. We're going to be talking about that because we're going to be able to come out with all new videos, all new TA, all new portfolios starting like now. So I got to leave some voice here. The QR code is here. The links to Lux Algo is also down below. I would appreciate it if you check those guys out. They do help the channel, right? I've got Bill Noble indicators that are all set and ready to go. Just going to get that out the door, right? We're going to be selling that along with, you know, that's, you can have Lux Algo, and then you can get my special stuff on top of that. That is coming soon, along with the Patreon middle tier offering. You know, I got 600 people in the Patreon group, right? A lot of those guys are in the free section. And of course, I appreciate every member. But if you're in Patreon and you're hearing this, please come home. Come on home because it's on. It's on. All right. I have got to save my voice. Hopefully we got all the requests in. I will see you tomorrow.